Hello, friends, and welcome back to the queue. Now, I want to talk about when I went to Disney World. I went back in December, so I got to see all the Christmas stuff, which was great. But there are things I want to say I didn't enjoy, but I also want to talk about things I did enjoy. So, what I say is just for my personal experience. You may enjoy the things that I don't enjoy, and I may enjoy the things you don't enjoy, but that doesn't mean that we both can enjoy what Disney does as a whole. So, with that being said, I want to talk about Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is really cool. It to me felt like going to the LA Zoo almost, but Disneyland style. And if you've never been to the LA Zoo because hey, maybe you don't live around here, that's fine, that's understandable. But I'm just using that as a reference for maybe some people who do understand it. Would I do multiple days at Animal Kingdom? No. I was lucky to go on the dinosaur ride, the Extinct Dinosaurs Extinct. I forget what it was called. I will have it up, but I got to go on it before it closed, and it was really fun. I enjoyed it. It's sad that it's going away, but I'm happy that I got to experience that ride. As I got off the ride, I got to talk to some of the cast members, and I was saying how the track layout is really nice, and it could easily be um, turned into an Indiana Jones ride. And funny enough, the cast member looked at me and said, "That's actually what it's being turned into. It's becoming an Indiana Jones ride." And it sounds like the tracks are going to stay where they're at, and it's just going to be a whole new overlay system. Now, Mount Everest. Mount Everest was one of the funnest rides that I was on out there, and it really is an amazing ride. I would definitely that would be the ride that I would start my day with. Going to Pandora Avatar, while the land is very beautiful, it's amazing. I enjoyed the scenery. As someone who's never seen the movies, I know it's crazy. Not everybody sees those movies. I never found them as interesting to see, or maybe it just never clicked for me. But visually, it's beautiful. I loved it. The rides, though, not for me. I felt that the the Navi's first flight, I think it was called. Again, I'm not going to remember all these names. I should have all this written down, but I don't. But uh, that to me felt like soaring California or soaring over the world, but with Avatar. Maybe because I'm not a fan of Avatar or a big fan of Avatar, that I didn't enjoy the ride. But to me, it was okay. Definitely something I would ride if the line's like 10 minutes, but definitely not an hour wait or more, 45 minutes or more. The other ride, again, I'll post it and while I'm editing this. The other Avatar ride I didn't enjoy. It was to me felt short. Um, while again visually really nice, not really worth the time. Again, that's another ride that if the line's like 10, 15 minutes, sure, I'll go wait in line just to get on it. But other than that, it didn't really do anything for me. After I was at Animal Kingdom, I went to Epcot again. A lot of land, a lot of things to do there. Not a lot of rides. I did the Frozen ride, which I liked. It was again, very visually appealing, really nice. I was expecting it almost kind of like the log ride, but it wasn't. It was still good. Definitely something I would wait in line for. I believe it was down, and I went into the bakery that was right next door with my friend, and we got a cinnamon roll. And as we are eating it, the ride started back up. So we got back in line, finished the cinnamon roll before we got on the ride, which was really funny, and rode that. Then we went over to the Ratatouille ride. That was really fun. That also was down, and I'm so used to how things work on a mechanical level. When a ride goes down, I know it depends on how the ride was designed. And a lot of times, I think that one is a railless or trackless ride. Yeah, it's a trackless ride. And sometimes they have to do a full reset to get everything to get working again. As I went and talked to some of the cast members who are from their respective countries who are working in these theme parks that are working in those specific zones, things can be miscommunicated. Um, I just asked, like, hey, out of curiosity, how long ago did it go down? And they looked at me and they're just like, oh, it went down. Oh, okay. Like 5 minutes ago, I out of curiosity, not trying to cause any hassle or problems. And they just were like, I don't know, I can't tell you. I was like, cool, not a problem. Walked away. And I waited maybe like 15, 20 minutes before it came back up. And when it did come back up, got right on. I but I believe the 3D is now gone. It's just 2D, and I'm fine with that. 3D is cool and everything. 3D doesn't need to be in everything. So enjoyed that ride. The queues are really cool. So definitely, it's a ride to go on. 30 minutes, 45 tops. Nothing more than an hour on a lot of these rides, I feel. Now, from Epcot, I'll say Hollywood. Went and did Hollywood. I did the Rock and Roller Coaster. I did Tower of Terror, but see, I know Tower of Terror because California had Tower of Terror before we got rid of it and put Guardians of the Galaxy. My biggest problem with that is I felt that Tower should have stayed Tower, but it would have been hard because we have Avengers Campus right next door. So I don't know. It just makes sense for the Tower of Terror to be in California. Guardians of the Galaxy uh, could have been another ride that could have been built at a later date, but I guess they just wanted a Marvel ride now, then wait for the permits that they now got approved for to build Avengers more onto Avengers Campus. And I think Spider-Man's the second. Spider-Man's Web Slingers is our second one. So Tower Tower, that one, loved it. Not a big drop person. I don't like going all the way up, going back down, going all the way up, going back down. But I would do Tower Terror just because, and I enjoyed it. It brought back memories of. I remember the queue. Uh, I remembered the show. Their boiler room is different. Their loading area is different, but the hotel is kind of the same. I would. I did enjoy the queue on all these rides. The queues are amazing. They're well planned, laid out, everything. Uh, Rock and Roller Coaster was amazing as well for that. Uh, Cosmic Rewind was that's Disneyland, but I out of all the theme parks that I've mentioned, they had so much land and a lot of show buildings that were not being used either because there was no stores to be put there or they could have used it for rides. It could have I felt like there was something missing at every park. I felt like something could have been done. Oh yeah, Epcot. Going back to Epcot real quick. I did go on the Three Caballeros ride. I thought that was kind of cute. I grew up with that stuff, so then Disneyland or Disney World, however you guys want it. It's a Disney park. That was interesting. I will say People Mover being there was amazing to go on it again, even though it's not the one in California. It was still really cool to get on it and just experience it all over again. Space Mountain was very interesting. It's the bobsled, just like Matterhorn. it's one person in a seat. Uh, Guardian Tron, Guardians Cosmic Rewind, those were all amazing rides. Again, the queues are all amazing. They're all well done. They're all very museum like to me because it's telling you a story or giving you information or just visually appealing and bombarding your eyes with things that you're just like, man, I wish I could have that in my room, or I wish I could have that at my house, or I wish I could have that displayed somehow. Uh, Test Track was really fun. It reminds me of Rocket Rods, which was what was replaced for our People Mover, but then was taken out because mechanically, structurally, it just couldn't work for us. And now we have Cars Land, which is Radiator Springs, which I know is getting built at Disney World. And it's sad that they got rid of the Tom Sawyer Island and all that just to make it. Haunted Mansion, amazing. I love the queue. I can't say it enough. The queues are all very amazing and very like I was in awe with a lot of the queues. Now, my biggest problem, this is just me, I felt this way. I felt like all the rides were a little bit shorter. If one ride here at Disneyland, like Haunted Mansion, if let's say our Haunted Mansion out here is 5 minutes, at Disney World it felt like 3 minutes, or it felt like as soon as I got on, I was getting off. The longest one I felt was their Jungle Cruise, and I will say Jungle Cruise out there way better than ours. So hats off to you guys on that. You guys got us beat on queues and Jungle Cruise. Tower Terror 2. I'm kind of sad that we still don't have it. But I hope to go back again and experience that. I hope to go to the Universal that's out there as well to experience the Universal. What is it? The Universal Horrors or Dark something. But thanks again for watching. As always, I'll see you in the queue.